Hi everyone! You might remember a few months back I did a video on my pro makeup tips. Well, I'm back with another one because there are always more tricks to tell and I love spilling the tea. Actually, I would probably call them hacks, but I can honestly say that they are for everyone, not just if you're new to makeup. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video where I show you my mascara trick that completely changed the way I apply it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jeannie. I'm a pro makeup artist. I live in Los Angeles. I work with celebrities, beauty brands, and everyone in between. Welcome to my channel. If you've been watching any of my videos or if you know anything about me, you will be surprised to know that I do not mention skincare or eyebrows in this video. However, we are going to start with a few of my foundation tricks. Trick number one, you'll want to do your foundation, your BB cream, your tinted moisturizer before you do your concealer, especially if you want a supernatural look. Foundation is thinner than concealer. Using a thinner product all over your face will help minimize a lot of discoloration and redness. Therefore, you'll use less concealer. Then you can conceal only where you really need it, therefore keeping your makeup looking more natural because you will blend the concealer into the foundation that's already on your skin. Trick number two, if you're going to an event where you know you'll be photographed, match your foundation to your chest. It's very common for your chest to be darker than your neck and your face. We tend to exfoliate our face, we wash our face, so our face tends to be lighter than our chest. Our neck is usually lighter because it's shielded from the sun by our face. By matching your foundation to your chest, it creates cohesion between all three and prevents that floating head syndrome. I know we all know what I'm talking about. I know at least everyone who wears makeup has at least one picture of them with a darker body and a lighter face. Am I right? I don't do this every day, but I do employ this technique with my red carpet clients, or if I'm ever going to a party or I know a client is going to a party, because I know that they will probably be photographed, especially if it's a red carpet client. This is actually something I learned when I first started doing makeup and I was working on brides, who are, of course, photographed the entire day of their wedding. I would also make an exception if I had a client whose chest was much darker than their face, or if they had a lot of sun damage or redness on their chest. I would probably go maybe a shade darker than their face just to try and offset that. It might take a few tries to figure out what works for you. Trick number three. This might be a bit controversial, but I've told this hack to so many clients and they love it. Customize your own foundation. If you know you have a foundation or a base that you just love, you love the formula, you love the finish, it's your ride or die. Have a winter shade, which is maybe the shade that you are without any tan at all, and then have a summer shade, which is maybe a few shades deeper, and then you can mix the two throughout the year as your tan fades or grows. You can also do this with different formulas. Like I love this Nars Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, but it's in the shade Mykonos, which is medium 0. It's a neutral medium, but it's still a little bit too deep for me right now because I have no tan whatsoever, if you couldn't tell. But I mix it with the soft matte foundation. This is in the shade Fiji. This is light 5, and the two of them together create my perfect shade. It also creates a really interesting formula because this is just a little too matte for me, and sometimes this is just a little too dewy for me. So I make my own. My clients also really love this tip because they say it makes them feel a little bit like actual makeup artists because they're customizing their own foundation and getting the shade right every single time. Tip number 4, if you want to try a bold lipstick like a red or a bright pink, but you're not sure where to start, try a lip gloss in the same tone. Since it's more sheer, you'll get an idea of what the color payoff is like without the full commitment of an actual lipstick. You can also use your finger to sheer it out. And there we have the idea of a red lip, but it's not quite a red lip. But it's definitely a step up from wearing nothing at all or wearing a nude. One of my big tips that I always recommend is to wear the lip around, even if it's just at home. You'll catch glimpses of yourself and eventually you'll get used to seeing yourself with the color on your lips. This also gives you the freedom to try colors in the privacy of your own home to make sure that you, the wearer, love them. And anyone who's been watching my channel knows that I will always advocate for the wearer to feel great about how they look. Sometimes you have to live with something for a bit, just to make sure that it fits you, you know? P.S. I still do this at home. Even with new formulas or new colors that I'm trying out, I'll wear it around the house. It's usually always, you look beautiful, or that color's nice, even if he doesn't like it. He's very sweet and he's always very positive. Trick number 5. If you're running out the door and you need to finish your face in a hurry, I would 99% of the time pick bronzer over blush. Let me explain. Since bronzer is supposed to mimic where the sun would naturally hit your face, it's going to give you that sun-kissed look. But the one thing that bronzer can do that blush can't really do in most scenarios is contour your face and give it dimension. So really you're getting two benefits with one product. And don't forget where we want bronzer to go. Top of the forehead, thinking about where the sun would hit us naturally, cheeks, over the nose, cheeks. If you're thinking about where the sun is going to come down, it's going to hit you here. It's going to hit you here on your cheeks, maybe a little bit on your chin and on the jaw. It might not hit your jaw exactly, but it creates more of a balanced look with the bronzer. Do you see how the shape of my face just came back with that little bit of bronzer? Trick number 6. When you're wearing that bold lip that you've fallen in love with from earlier in the video, try to match the tone of your lip to the tone of whatever cheek you're going to be wearing. That's why you've seen me use my lipstick as blush in a few of my tutorials. It's an easy way to create a consistent look and balance out the face. And while I wouldn't say that this is a rule, I mean, this is makeup, we make our own rules, there are some things that just make sense. Since the undertone of my red lipstick is more of an orange tone, I would probably pick a blush like this that's peachy and warmer toned. I could use something more blue-based or cool like any of these cream cheek products right here, but as you can see, they clash a little bit. So this is the side with a warmer tone blush. Do you see how this side sort of flows together? Whereas this side, while you could wear them together, they don't really quite match. But again, it's not a rule, it's just a suggestion and a trick that I like to use. Trick number 7. If you have hooded or deep set eyes, like me, applying mascara can be tricky sometimes. There's nothing worse than taking the time out to do an eye look and then you get to mascara and this happens. You get mascara all over your eyes. So I've cleaned off my eye, as you can see, because I want to show you my trick. I'll take my mascara. This is the Rare Beauty. I love, love, love this mascara. And what I'll do is I'll pull it out, but before I take it out all the way, I'll bend the wand like that. And what it does is it creates a perfect angle for me to wiggle that wand into my lashes without making a big old mess. Like that. Works for the lower lashes too. It gets right in there and you can really control getting into the root of the lashes without worrying about that brow bone right there. Pro tip, I also do this with my disposables for my clients as well. To replace the wand, you can do one of two things. You can place the head in and bend it back and then close it. But sometimes I've noticed that that will wear out the bend. So a lot of times what I'll do is the second thing is I'll just keep it that way. Case in point with my L'Oreal Voluminous Cobalt Blue Mascara, I keep it bent. And what it does is it keeps a ton of product on that bent part because what it's doing, it's scraping alongside the tube. So you're getting all of that leftover product that you have in the tube that you normally wouldn't get if you kept the mascara wand straight. Sometimes what you'll have to do is you'll have to do a little bit of scraping just to get any excess product off. But what I'll do is I'll scrape it off just to start fresh. I'll apply and then I'll even take a little off from what I have here and just keep applying and building. And you're using all of the product that's in the tube, which also stretches the product and you get more bang for your buck, which I love. Disclaimer, this doesn't work on every mascara. This is my Thrive mascara, and if I try to bend the wand, it's just gonna go back to pretty much where it was. It might stay like this for a minute, but as soon as I put it back in the tube, it's gonna come out straight again. So not all mascaras, but if you have one, give it a try. It might work, and it's a trick that I just love to do. So those are a few more tricks that I wanted to share with you. I would really love to know which one you found to be the most useful. If you like this video, please check out my other tutorials, including the one that I've linked here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a brand new video.